Alright folks, so as with any product that you'll ever see on the face of planet Earth, LEGO sets do have a tendency to go on sale. And you see this a lot on second-party sites, you see it on Amazon, you see it on Target, Walmart, all those stores that sell LEGO, not necessarily just from the company. But there are also sets that go on sale on the actual LEGO website. And I thought it'd be interesting to kind of take a look at these sets and consider why exactly they are on sale. Now, I will admit most of the time it's due to the fact that they shouldn't have been priced at this point in the first place. But other times it's interesting to look at them and be like, why was this not being bought by consumers? So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to go through and take a look at some different LEGO sets that are on sale on LEGO's website. Some of them are on sale by a small margin, some of them are on sale by hundreds of dollars. We're going to go through and take a look, and we're going to talk about why exactly it might be on sale and why exactly it might have not been being bought at its original price point. Now, as we scroll through the current sets that are on sale, there are quite a few. Let's start at the top here with one that I think is kind of interesting. This is the Atari 2600. I think that this one is an interesting one to consider, okay? Because they probably made an Atari set and they're like, oh, this is going to get bought for nostalgia's sake, right? And it probably was bought for nostalgia's sake. I have a couple of family members that bought this just because they had one when they were a kid. But the main thing to consider with this is that you can actually buy an Atari for a cheaper price, a real Atari. You can buy a real Atari for a cheaper price than this thing. So this is for a very specific demographic, right? It's for people that are LEGO fans, as well as people that had Ataris when they were a kid. Because if you're looking at just gamers, they would probably buy a real Atari for their collection before they would buy a LEGO Atari for more money, right? I don't think it's a bad looking set. I think it's a little bland, probably a little bit repetitive just looking at it, but it makes sense that it's on sale. And if we're looking at the price here, it's on sale here about $50 off. The next one we're going to look at here, this one is notorious. This is the Hulkbuster, or the Ultimate Collector Series Hulkbuster, if you want to call it that. This one, look at how much that's on sale for. Originally $550, on sale for $384. That's almost $200 off. Just about everyone knows why this isn't selling, but there are multiple different reasons, okay? If we look at this thing, and I'll put up a picture right now of the way that the Hulkbuster looks in the actual movie. This thing is not accurate in terms of proportion. The shoulders are all off, the ankles are all off, the chest is all off. There's so much wrong with this thing. I don't know what they were thinking, okay? And if they had an accurate Hulkbuster, I could see how it could sell at this price point at $550. But look at the piece count. 4,000 pieces, a little over 4,000 pieces. The piece count doesn't even add up to this, right? This was never going to sell well at $550, and that's just a fact. The next one I'm going to briefly mention on here is King Neymar's Throne Room. I think there might be a number of reasons that this is not selling. One of them for me is that I don't think Black Panther 2 was as popular of a movie as everyone expected it to be. You don't hear a whole lot of people talking about it these days. I also just don't think the builds in this set are too interesting. Half of this set, probably more than half, is just a throne. For $35, a throne and a tiny little submarine, I don't think you're really getting anything too interesting here. The minifigures aren't too bad. You get Neymar, that's cool. But I don't know if he was that desirable of a character when this came out. Kind of makes sense to me that this went on sale so much. Next we have the Avengers Advent Calendar from this past year. It might have been a couple years back, I'm not entirely sure. On sale for almost $15 off. These make sense because they're out of season, right? But if you look at the piece count, it's kind of crazy how expensive these Advent calendars are. And the reason for that is because around Christmas time, they do sell at that price point. But once it's not Christmas time anymore, no one's going to buy one of these things for $45. I'm not even sure if I'd buy it for $31, but it makes sense that this one's on sale. This one I just want to throw in here because I think it's funny. You see a lot of keychains on sale, but I just think it's funny. It's like, oh, 2x4 sand green keychain on sale. Why was this one specifically not selling well? Who knows? Who knows? People just don't like the sand green keychain. The next one I see on here is the expecto patronum set from Harry Potter, and this one's kind of surprising to me actually. I think this is a pretty cool build. Price to part ratio is just about on the mark. It's kind of fascinating to me that this wasn't really selling properly. I think it's cool as well that you can rebuild it into a different animal. Not only that, but it has two figures. One of them I would say is pretty desirable with Professor Lupin. I think that this is actually a pretty cool set, and it surprises me that it's on sale for this much. I would maybe expect it for like $10 off, but almost $20 off is really surprising to me. This one though, this one I've really wanted to talk about because the main price for this, $160, is kind of insulting to me in a way. And part of that price point, right, is because obviously the price to part ratio isn't going to line up. It has about 600 pieces. Obviously that's not going to line up because the pieces right here are so massive, the pieces for the loops, right? But you cannot tell me that all of this right here is worth $160, okay? That just seems a little absurd to me. And it's clear that it's not worth that much because they put it on sale for 40% off. If you're looking at price point, that's about $65 off. I still don't think it's worth it for $95. I think if I were to place this thing at a price, I'd probably put it around $75 or $80. That's the most I would buy it for. The next one I've got here is the Hoopty, which is, this one is iconic for LEGO fans because it is the most absurdly priced set of all time, except maybe the X-Jet, which I might talk about on another day. This one had 420 pieces and was originally priced at $90 for whatever reason. This was a set for the Marvels movie that came out recently. This one was bound to go on sale because there's no way people are buying it at a price point of $90. This right here, I bet is going to be reduced as well. This will be 40% off at some point. I guarantee it, because $72 is even way too much for this many pieces and what is going on right here, okay? This set was bound to go on sale from the moment it was announced. This is another one that I thought was kind of interesting, the LEGO Ideas BTS Dynamite set. Part of me wonders if the reason this isn't selling well, and sure, the price to part isn't fantastic, but I wonder if the reason that this isn't selling well is because the two fan bases probably don't really coincide. I don't think there are too many LEGO fans out there that are also fans of BTS, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a hard time believing that. I'm not sure how popular this set would be, and it's clear that it's not selling to the best of its ability since it is 30% off. This set right here called Icons of Play, I didn't even know this one existed. It's some sort of soccer-based set, or football, depending on where you come from. I didn't even know this existed, but part of me kind of likes it. It's kind of charming. It reminds me of the days when LEGO came out with like sports-related sets, those good old basketball player minifigures with the springy legs. It's kind of interesting. Doesn't surprise me necessarily that it wasn't selling too well, but a part of me does kind of want this for some reason. Wasn't even priced at the worst price point ever. Originally was $100 for around 900 pieces. Has a fair amount of minifigures too. Quite a few minifigures. Interesting though. I didn't even know this existed. The last one I'm going to end with here is this Avatar Way of Water set. I couldn't find a more interesting one to end with. I think that the main reason that this didn't sell well at its price point, first of all, the price to part ratio doesn't look great, and that's because there's a massive piece right here, right? But I just don't think there was much desire to have something like this on display. I don't know. I think $100 might be asking a little too much for this. I mean, you look at the box and it just doesn't seem like that much stuff. This does not seem like that complex of a build upon first glance. I think if this were originally priced at the $70 price point, it would have sold just fine. I mean, it is a pretty cool looking build. I can't even deny it. Anyway, that's the end of my whole spiel about LEGO sets that go on sale. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment below as to maybe what your favorite set was that we went over in this video. I apologize, by the way, if my voice sounds a little off. I've been going through a bit of a minor cold. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.